Welcome to a new game discovery. Today we're talking about Captain of Industry to see if it's worth a buy. This is a game I'm really excited about, taking some of the things I love from ANNO 1800 but also adding tons of new features and mechanics, including fully dynamic terrains. When you dig for coal, for example, you're actually making a hole and you're changing the terrain. Or when your trucks are moving somewhere, they're creating a road, the grass disappears. I'm StratGamer, covering game reviews, guides and let's plays for strategy, city building and simulation games, and I'm definitely hoping to do all of this for Captain of Industry, so share in the comments below if you want to see more about this game, planning for sure some tutorials and probably a let's play series, maybe with some crazy goals. Okay, Captain to Industries. Launched in early access on May 31st, 2022, this game has been created only by 2 people, but you'll never believe it. This is an amazing game. They weren't even doing it full time for most of the development, but now they are full time and already have a roadmap for further development in the game, which I'm very excited about. I'll post it in the video description below if you want to check it out. And they've also been listening a lot to the community feedback during the beta phase. So definitely looking forward to constant improvement in the next few months. Another thing I wanted to mention right away is the game will have full mod support, including planning for Steam Workshop integration and making it possible for people to create their own maps. Now let's discuss what the game actually is. You start with one island such as this one, but you also do have a world map, a bit like Frostpunk, where you can discover, do expeditions, you can also trade with other settlements. You'll also be able to have naval battles, colonize some other islands, and you can even go to space in the end game. In my mind, it's a mix between ANNO and FACTORIO or SATISFACTORY, because you have population. As you can see here, I have 207 population out of 280. This is the beginning of the game, so this is made out of very simple containers, shipping containers, but then later on you have different housings and you need to provide for that population. You can give them different types of foods, but there's also many services, things like electricity, water, and many others. And the devs have also said that they are planning to do even more in that space. So there's definitely a sort of city building and population aspect in the game for sure. Also because your population is linked to the workforce. Here you can see I have 61 workers available, and like in ANNO, this workforce is critical for your productions. And there's also a few other elements linked to the population on health, happiness, that I won't go into detail here, but I definitely want to show you that it's not just a production game, there's also a population element here. But on the other side, it's also definitely a factory game. You have resources on the map, this is water, you can see trees, this is oil, this is limestone, coal. You can see the legend here in the corner. And then you build factories, you build industry to transform these resources into others. You can see a number here. This is what I've unlocked so far. And I'm still in the very beginning of the game here. You'll be able to unlock many more. And what's super interesting is if you do a right click on a specific resource, then you can see for that specific resource all of the way to produce it and also to consume it, where it's going to be used and in what. Some of them, like the wood here, are not too complex, but as I said earlier, at some point you'll be able to make rockets to go to space. I'm sure you can imagine how complex that production chain is going to be. You also have vehicles. For example, here you can see a normal truck, pickup truck, an excavator, a small one, a tree harvester over here, and later on you'll obviously have many others that you can create. Then you'll also unlock pipes and conveyor belts to not have to use trucks for everything and create more kind of gigantic industrial complexes. Instead of buildings being unlocked based on your population, like in ANNO 1800, it's based on the tech tree, which I really like because it enables you to focus on what you prefer first. I can focus on creating this and that before looking at this, for example, if I want to. And as you can see, the tech tree is gigantic. They're planning to continue to extend it into the end game, but it's already taking you a lot of time to get there. You can see the depth that we have here and how much fun we're gonna have. And of course, as I said, also how complex some of these will get later on. And while it's an industry game, it's not ignoring climate change at all. When you pollute, you actually have maluses on the health of your population. You can see that there's also technologies like having solar panel to avoid you burning coal for your energy. So this is a very interesting element here too. Next, I've heard people say that this game is bad because there's no tutorial. That is not true. Every time you build a new building, you unlock a new message in your message center, which is a tutorial. For example, when I built my first iron smelting, I got here this message that explains exactly how the iron smelting works and everything you ever wanted to know about it. I will still make some video tutorials on the channel to help you master this game, but know that there is definitely some in-game tutorial and the devs are also said they'll continue working on improving that. Next, I think the game has a pretty good UI. It's not too complex, but at the same time it shows you things quite nicely. Here I have everything that's related to my population, also with colors to show me if I'm going up or down, which is quite useful. I have my research here, knowing what's happening with my sheep, my energy, the time, you can accelerate or slow it down. I also have notification when something is going wrong. I can see it here. I can even have 10 notifications if many things are going wrong. And when I click on it, it shows me where the problem is. So that's also something really useful. And then here you have all of the resources that I've selected. This is here, I can pin or unpin resources. And I don't just see my stock, I also see the stock over time. In the last few months, I can see if it's going down like this one, I can see it's going up. So this is super useful. I think this is also super visually working quite well. And then here, all of my buildings organized by nice categories and a lot of tools that are already available like cutting, copying, etc. So you don't have to remake completely. You can also move full factories, those type of things. So all in all, I fully endorse this game as a future master in this gen. I think if you like ANNO, Satisfactory, FACTORIO, or even Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, you will like this one. I know the price of the game is actually different based on your country. It's not just the exchange rate, but also the cost of living. So basically, it's cheaper in developing market like my country, if I understood correctly. At least definitely in my country, it was definitely a steal. I got it for cheap, but even at $20, $25, I would suggest it because I think you can be sure you will get more updates to this game, more free updates if you buy it. And it's already a great game. There's already hours and hours and hours of gameplay here. So I definitely like it. I suggest it. I'm gonna play it. So I hope you're excited. I hope you want to see it on the channel. Smash the like button if this helped, if you want to see more of it. And I hope to see you next time.